Welcome back, guys, to another video on the Sir Grizzles channel. Today I will be showing you guys how to make my personal build, the mid-range playmaker at the power forward position. If you guys enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and on to the video. Alright, so for the appearance, you could do whatever you want. I'm going to keep it bald, just for this part, because I could change my hair color and all that. Hair color and all that in the actual part. Alright, so for the position, you want to go with the power forward position. This is going to be a big build that can guard guards and guard bigs. For the height, you keep it 6'7", and you keep weight. You could go higher, but from my experience, I like 6'7". Alright, now on to the attributes. The attributes you got to keep a good eye on. So in the finishing, you max out your layup to an 89. For your shooting, you max out mid-range and the three-point shot. As you can see on the bottom right, badges start popping up, and this is what makes it so that you could do a specific animation better. For the playmaking, you max out everything. Here's why I do this. I have enjoyed so far doing passing, doing dribble moves, and I've always wanted to guard centers. So I made it as a power forward so I can guard centers, but I can also get some dribble moves. And it's very simplistic, and I enjoy it a lot. It's a little bit of a challenge, but I like a challenge. For defense, you max out, you put your interior to an 80. You put your perimeter defense to a 72, which maxes. For your steal, you max that out as well. For your block, you only need an 80 block to basically block any build, so I'll put it to an 80. Rebounds, it's not that rebounds are useless, but rebounds are more useful whenever you actually jump for a board. But usually I don't jump for boards, I usually just go right where the spot is needed. So that is why you keep it, I don't put my rebound up. Also, one thing I'm going to add I'm going to just explain this as I go, but speed with ball, speed, acceleration, and stamina must all be maxed on any build. It's a must because if you have no speed, you're not going to be able to run. No acceleration, you're not going to be able to get up quickly. Stamina, you're not going to be, if you're up guard especially, you're not going to be able to do any sort of dribble move. So what I would suggest is the first thing you do when you get in this, you max out your speed with ball, speed, acceleration, and stamina. Now for the last thing that you must upgrade is strength. Strength will do two things. If you have a dunking build, which I don't, I have not enjoyed dunking. If you guys would like to make a dunking build, I could show you guys one in another video. But if you want a dunking build, strength and vertical are two very good badges. They will make it so that you can make dunks easier. Strength will make it so that you can make more contested dunks, and vertical will be so that you could actually make a dunk. But strength is mainly as well used for defense. So if a big man or a post scorer backs you down, it'll have a harder time backing you down, 1. And 2, your higher strength will make it so that you don't get posterized when they go for a dunk easily. So a combination with block, you will not be able to get pushed at all on this build. This is the badges. You don't need that much finishing badges when it comes to just layup, but for driving, dunk, and all that, you will be able to unlock contact finisher, teardrop, giant slayer. Giant slayer is a really good badge. It makes it so that you could dunk over builds that are or have a higher percent chance of scoring over builds that are taller than you. There's Lob City Finisher, which they don't have a lob animation yet, but it's a really good badge on finishing builds. For shooting, what I have is flexible release on gold, catch and shoot on gold, range extender on gold, quick draw on gold, and difficult shots on silver. Difficult shots is more or less useless because I don't use it as much. Because it's moving shots. It's contested moving shots that it boosts. Flexible releases for badly timed shots like slightly earlies, or whatever. Catch and shoot is self-explanatory when you shoot off a catch or off a pass. Range extender, which will make sense as well. Just increases the range where you could shoot, and quick draw makes it so that you could shoot faster. Now here is why I think I made a really good build. So, unpluckable on bronze. You may think this is not good, but in fact, this will make it so that you get poked as less as possible on a big. If I would be happy on bronze just because the badge actually pops up, so I won't get ripped as easily. Handles for days is a very good badge for guards, but for this build especially. On silver, it's fine, but I would have enjoyed it on Hall of Fame, but sadly, because my handle's only a 76, it won't get as much, and I don't have as much stamina. Handles for days makes it so that you could... It basically decreases the amount of stamina lost during a handle. So by example, you do between the legs. If you have Hall of Fame handles for days, you won't lose as much stamina as you would on silver. For the other, ankle breaker, very self-explanatory, increases the chance of you getting an ankle breaker. I hope that when they actually add R or steel ankle breakers, this build will actually dominate extremely when it comes to just breaking an ankle. Lob City Passer on Hall of Fame, it's self-explanatory, throw lobs, but lobs are not in the game yet, so it's basically useless for now. Dimer. This build can give Dimer to your guard. That is mind-blowing. You could give it to anybody you want. If you're running fives, you give it to one of your bigs, they can shoot better. If you give it to one of your guards, it's very good. If you ever end up with the ball, one, you won't get stolen as easily from those people that have pickpocket, like this badge right here. But also, you'll be able to pass the ball better because you will have also bailout, which makes it so that you could pass off. If you go for a shot but you want to pass it out, it'll pass it out easily. It's very good. I really wanted to be that playmaker on our team, but I also wanted to guard big. So that was my mindset coming into making a build. If you guys need tips on making a build, just leave a comment. I will help you guys out as much as possible. But all it's basically how you want to play the game. And I decided I want to guard bigs, and I want to be able to pass the ball well enough so that my team can have an easier bucket. Let's get on with defense. Tireless Defender. This is basically you don't lose as much stamina when you'll be able to still get a high contest even though you are tired on stamina. But you got to be careful. If you sprint too much on defense, you will indeed get ankle broke because of how the ankle breaking system is right now. So you have to be careful. If you sprint too much, one way or another, you will fall to the ground and get your ankles broken. Intimidator. This badge helps you with getting contests when a big man or a build or any sort of build goes into the paint. So anything in the mid-range area, this will activate, and this will be to get higher contest on mid-range shots. Clamps. This is for perimeter. So this is the same thing as Intimidator, but for the perimeter. So anything around the 3-point line. Brick Wall. This is for setting screens. One thing as well is that this build could set screens abnormally well. I will be able to set screens, and one thing that I like in this snapshot is there's no knocking down animation yet, but they made it so that the higher your brick wall is, the longer they get stunned for. I like that, but I also hate it when you're against a guy with brick wall like that. That's why I decided to put it on my build so that it's annoying for the others. Pickpocket. This badge, since there's no ankle breakers when you're actually poking for the ball, this badge is absolutely broken. If you have it on Hall of Fame, even better. It's a broken badge, and for types of builds, if you want to be a defender and you want to be annoying, You get this badge, every freaking guard will hate you in the goddamn world. It's such a broken badge. Rebound Chaser is more or less for jumping or whatnot. If you guys would like me to make another build, suggest me a build or type of build that you would like me to make, and I will make it for you guys, and I will test it out as well. So yeah, so far this is what I have for my build. But this build can shoot, can't finish the greatest, but it could play make, it could dribble, and it could guard bigs. It can even guard guards if you're that good with it. So I love it. I just love it. All right, let's go. Let's go on with the next play. The next thing. All right, for your takeover, you can get either sharpshooting takeover. The sharpshooting takeover badge makes your player more effective at shooting off the dribble and on standing shots. Lockdown. The defending takeover badge receives a boost to steal and shot contest on other players. This allows them to clamp up even the best scorers. Slasher takeover. The slasher takeover gives your player extra boost for finishing at the rim in traffic and more effectively blow-bys to get past the defender. And finally, playmaking takeover. The playmaking takeover badge can freeze defenders more often with their increased ball handling abilities and can enhance their teammates' shot off and assist. So, if you heard me what I said earlier, you probably know which badge I'm going with. I will go with the playmaking takeover. This badge will make my handles better, and I could hit my teammates will be stronger. Sadly, there is no takeover yet in the game, but when they add this, I think my build will be very strong on offense as it will be on defense. I could be even a ball handler if we ever need one, but I wouldn't recommend it to the fullest, but it's a good fun build that I would gladly play in a league game or in a 3v3 game. And let's click finish. And you have built a power forward mid-range playmaker. And that is how to make the build. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I absolutely love this build. I'm probably going to use this until something bad happens. You will probably always see me on this build. Other than that, I have nothing else to say other than thank you guys so much for almost 400 views on my first basic controller tip video. I absolutely love you guys, and I will keep putting out controller content for you guys. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.